Well, my name is Seth, and I'm the Majority Whip in the Maine House of Representatives, and it's a pleasure to be here. You know, I live on one of the other great rivers of Maine, on the Kennebec, and I'm fortunate to be able to drive up the river every day from Bodenham to Augusta to work in the State House, in a place where a lot of great policies have been enacted that have moved us forward to be a leader for the country. We have one of the highest renewable portfolio standards in the entire country. We were among the first states in the nation to enact a cap-and-trade system on carbon emissions, a Regional Greenhouse Gas Initiative, or RGGI. And in this past legislature, we have also put all of our efficiency programs under one roof, a new Efficiency Maine, which is going to create thousands of new jobs over the long haul. And I look forward to growing those efficiency programs that the state has, because efficiency is the cleanest and the cheapest fuel that we have. And we know it in Maine. We know it. You know, down the road from here, there's a great symbol, a fellow that looks a little bit like my brother. It's a statue, actually, of Paul Bunyan. And like him, my own brother is a woodsman. He's involved in sustainable forestry with MOFGA. And the spirit of Paul Bunyan, you know, every time I drive past that statue, evokes, and it makes me think of the values of thrift, of industry, and of self-reliance that we have here in Maine, which are so fundamental to who we are as Mainers and to our history and to our culture. And Paul Bunyan really is a great example of that. The woodsman that, you know, other states try to claim that he's from Minnesota or someplace like that, but we know he's from Maine. And that spirit is the spirit that we, I think, have tried to hew to in the legislature, and that Maine people have in them right now, and that does make us a more efficient state already, a state where we know how to conserve, we know how to be efficient, and we can, I think, activate that value that people have in our state even more in the future and really realize our full potential. Maine is and has been a leader. We have the potential to become even more of a leader, and now it is time for our senators to help the whole United States become a leader for the world on efficiency and on clean energy and on jobs. You know, ACES is about at least three things in my view. It's about the jobs that will be created, and you see the signs right up here. That's first. It's about the climate that we all cherish, and it's about our national security. It's about jobs, thousands of jobs, that will be millions of jobs, in fact, that will be generated in renewables. And Maine will be a leader because we have the wind, we have the water, we have the wood, and we even have the solar. We have as much solar light as Germany, which is the leader in the world for solar power. We have the renewables. We have R&D, which will be incentivized under ACES, and the wonderful research going on at the University of Maine is a terrific example of that. We have the ability to move forward in smart grids, and we have the ability to move forward in efficiency. I talked about how we are already positioned for that. So this will leverage our position, and it will move us forward and create more of those jobs. It will be about climate. And I don't know about you all, but you know, I intend to stick around a little longer. I just as soon have a livable planet. And I have a couple of young children, too. I've got a 5-year-old and I have a 7-year-old, and I want them to inherit a planet which is livable as well, and which is as beautiful as this park is tonight. And finally, ACES is about our national security. And just to put a finer point on that, I'll give you one statistic. We spend about $6 billion a year on our energy needs here in Maine. The vast majority of that money goes right out of our state and never comes back. It doesn't generate jobs, it loses jobs, and it loses money that would otherwise be in Mainers' pockets. If we could conserve with efficiency measures that don't inconvenience us, but conserve or produce natively just 10% of that energy, we would save over $500 million per year for Maine's economy. That money right now is destabilizing our economy, it's destabilizing our national security. It's time to change that. Now, I was very proud to sponsor a bill that many representatives and senators here worked on in the past legislature. It was called the Green Jobs, Green Savings Act. We worked with Opportunity Maine. Hannah Pingree, the Speaker of the House, had a similar bill. and together we were able to merge it together and actually create this new Efficiency Maine Trust that I just spoke of. But I want to recognize the efforts of Senator Joe Perry, of Representative Jim Martin, Diane Russell, who was one of the original movers and shakers behind that bill, and I know Sarah Stevens had to leave, but every one of them, I believe, were co-sponsors of the legislation with me and worked very hard to move us forward. I know they're going to continue to do that with me. And I also need to thank and acknowledge Representative Pingree, my representative down south, and Representative Michoud for stepping up and voting for the American Clean Energy and Security Act. They voted for it once, they're going to do it again. Now it's time for our senators to step up and do it. And our senators have some great examples in that. We know that Muskie was one of the original leaders on the environment in the United States, and he was our senator. We know that Mitchell was one of the great leaders on the environment in the United States and the world, and he was our senator. And we know, not to be partisan about this, we know that Senator Cohen did a tremendous job on energy as well. And that Maine has produced a history of leading senators who make the environment a priority, understand what's at stake, and move the whole nation forward. We are counting on our current senators, Senator Snowe, Senator Collins, to continue that excellent tradition of leadership for Maine, to value the thrift, the self-reliance, and the industry that Maine and only Maine can produce, and to do the right thing and get the job done for all of us. I'm going to close now, and I know you'll be grateful, by asking, and I have no idea who this woman is in the back, but she has a wonderful sign, and I wanted to draw your attention to it because that is why we're here, and that's what we're all about. It's a poem. And I'm going to ask you right now to just turn and look at that poem and read it with me because it's really wonderful. Read it in a loud voice, if you will. You ready? Senator Collins, Senator Snowe, back to Washington you must go. Show us courage, show us skill. Pass a strong climate and energy bill. All right.